A tag team title match, our main event this time on Major League Wrestling. Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. We've got a lot to talk about, including that main event.
A tag team title match. You can't really call it a rematch, Craig. We've got Steve Simpson going for the tag team title against the Coast to Coast Connection. Steve has a mystery partner, and by definition, we don't know who it is. I'm certain the fans don't know who it is. The crowd here in the Global Dome has no idea who it is. We're going to have to see, as the main event in this match, Steve Simpson and his mystery partner go after the tag team titles of the Coast to Coast Connection.
We'll find out a little bit more about that as the hour proceeds. But right now, let's go to Joe Pedicino and Bonnie Blackstone and see what they have for us on this edition of Major League Wrestling.
You've heard all the talk, but on this edition of Major League Wrestling, you'll see the action as Bull Payne and Samantha square off against Sam Houston. I'll be along a little bit later in this edition and get some comments from our fans here in the Dome.
We'll be here in the newsroom with all the latest news from around the world of professional wrestling, and we're going to talk about the situation, that special announcement coming up from Marco Vias. I'll have my thoughts on it later.
Let's go back and take a look at two key issues here in the Global Wrestling Federation. The tag team title situation and the out-of-control situation between Sam Houston and Bull Payne.
Sam Houston and Bull Payne, some legendary matches already in the Global. They're going to get a lot worse before they get better.
Let's take a look at those two things right here. Series of rights by Hollywood John Tatum. One more time, but I think it's just serving to anger Steve Simpson.
I can't believe this shit, man.
Tag team titles on the line.
See that left hand? See that left? Come out of nowhere.
Right to the chin.
Last jaw.
And now
He's feeding him some of that turnbuckle now.
Tatum.
I guarantee you Simpson wishes he was back in Africa.
Tatum has Simpson in the corner, and Akbar gets up on the apron. Tatum signaling for something, throws him in, and to the back of the head. Simpson went down. Something must have been in that hand.
I think that's it, baby. Let's count it now. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3. Was there ever any doubt?
New tag team champion.
And still they had to cheat to win it.
Oh, I doubt it. I don't think so.
Where do you get cheating from? What did you see?
Something you don't know. I saw something in Rod Price's hand.
It was a fist. That's all in the world it was.
It was just a matter of time.
There was no nunchucks right there.
No. The proof of the pudding. Tatum and Price forgot the
I don't see any nunchucks there.
Fans will be back. Stay tuned. But look at Sam Houston go to town.
Sam Houston really, a lot of pent-up frustration for Sam, and he's taking it out on Bull Payne right now.
As long as Samantha doesn't get involved, he's... Oh! It looked like spray into the eyes. Bull Payne, DDT. Sam holding his eyes. Let's get the word on this.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Bull Payne.
I've been told from the back we have an important announcement coming up right after the break. Stay tuned. Joe Pedicino tells me it's a big one. Stay tuned. That announcement coming up next. At the beginning of the show, I said we had a special announcement. At this time, let's bring in Joe Pedicino. Joe, I have no idea what this is all about.
Well, it has to do with a permanent commissioner for the Global Wrestling Federation. As you know, we've been in sort of a chaotic situation of late. But, you know, my wife tells me that when I make a mistake, it's a doozy. And I would like to say that I came that close, as I have now found out, to making a doozy of a mistake. I have a story I want to tell everyone, but I would like to bring in Mr. Marco Vias of the Global Wrestling Federation. Marco is here representing the GWF. As you know, Marcus has been the interim commissioner for the past several weeks since the situation with Max Andrews. What I did not know, and what I have since found out, is that the whole thing, Max Andrews I guess you might, this is like out of a James Bond novel. He was undercover for the GWF. As it turns out, right after Max Andrews was named the interim commissioner, he was contacted by Mukund Singh and a group of international businessmen. They offered him money to become a double agent, you might say, and control the GWF and the cartel. Max went to the Global Wrestling Federation and to Mr. Villas and told him of this. They then hatched a plan so that they could find out who was involved in the cartel and expose these businessmen and literally put an end to the cartel. Not knowing that, when I found out that Max Andrews was the boss, I came out and played the tape exposing Max not only as the boss, but also possibly causing Max quite a bit of danger. That's why we haven't seen Max Andrews for the past several weeks. However, the GWF has taken care of the cartel. Mukund Singh has been banned from the Global Wrestling Federation for life. Obviously, two of the other members of the cartel have moved on to another federation, so we don't have to worry about them. They have suspended Scott Anthony. However, Mr. Anthony went to his attorneys this week and served us with an injunction that says we must allow him to wrestle until he gets a fair hearing. That could take forever, but we're going to work on that. But the main thing we want to do right now is Mr. Villas has joined me. He wants to read a statement, and we have a new permanent commissioner of the Global Wrestling Federation, and Mr. Villas is going to introduce him right now.
Yes. I am here today to announce a new commissioner for the North American division of the Global Wrestling Federation. After what you have just heard, I think it will come as no surprise that we have decided that there's only one man who deserves to be the permanent commissioner. May I introduce the North American Commissioner of GWF, Mr. Max Andrews.
Well, I'll tell you, speaking personally, this is quite a relief.
Well, I want to say, Joe, I'm sorry that you got involved in all this. It was a mistake, and
My fault. I jumped in, and you tried to warn me. I thought you were warning me for a different reason, though.
all I want to say is that all of this was done for the people who are sitting out here tonight and enjoy our wrestling here at the Global Wrestling Federation. And I honorably am overwhelmed in the fact that they would love to have me as the commissioner, and I accept.
All right, there you have it. Max Andrews is now the permanent North American commissioner of the Global Wrestling Federation, and all I can say is, like I said, I almost made a doozy of a mistake.
A great announcement, Joe. We've got wrestling action coming up right after this on Major League Wrestling. Stay tuned.
On the interview platform, Bonnie Blackstone here with Sam Houston and Baby Doll. Sam, you have said all along that you had a very special lady, a trump card you were holding back. I guess the time has come to let you have the floor and engage a few comments towards Sam, or towards Bull Payne and Miss Samantha.
Well, you know, Bull Payne, you just wouldn't listen when I told you I had a surprise. You just wouldn't listen when I told you I had a trump card up my sleeve. You just wouldn't listen when I told you you were holding the dead man's hand, aces and eights. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Bull Payne. I've got something. I've never stooped so low as to hit a woman in the hind end or in the face. But this lady here will for me. See, I did what they said to do on those country music songs. I got a quarter and I called somebody that cared. So why don't you ask and find out what she's going to do because she cares.
Samantha, you went and you stuck your nose where it didn't belong. We tried to warn you. He tried to warn you for weeks, but you just wouldn't listen. And now you've got to deal with me. And I think I'm a whole lot more than what you want to deal with.
Sam Houston has been looking forward to this week. Last week, he took on Bull Payne, and Samantha brought in the spray can.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen a very serious situation develop between Bull Payne and that man, Sam Houston. It may come to a head today.
He weighs 262 pounds.
Samantha in every one of his matches against Sam Houston. You've got to think that Sam Houston is sick and tired of the interference of Samantha.
Oh, I know for a fact he is, Craig. In talking with Sam Houston, he will tell you when it comes to Bull Payne, his hatred goes in two different directions. One at Bull Payne, one at Samantha.
Let's go see what the fans think about this. Monty?
Up here in the stands, I got David with me. What do you think about this GWF rematch?
Well, I'm glad we got a rematch so we can see who the real man is.
You heard it from David here on Major League Wrestling.
My, oh my, Samantha, while we were down at... Samantha just absolutely spiteful at Sam Houston.
Wow.
That was a distraction that I don't believe Sam Houston needed, as it gave Bull Payne the opportunity to go right to work.
Sam Houston is too much of a gentleman to strike a lady. I know him that well, but if there's she is no lady. Let's use that old joke right quick. But if there is a lady Sam Houston would strike, it would be Samantha, because she is going to be a thorn in his side.
Bull Payne tried the reverse atomic drop. It didn't work. Sam Houston delivers the clothesline. Irish whip takes him over into the far corner. Bull Payne out of the way. Charging in there too quickly, Sam Houston. Houston with many titles to his credit. Bull Payne still looking for his first title.
And the more this match goes on, Samantha doesn't have to interject herself into these proceedings at all, and she's still a factor, as Houston is forever going to be looking out of the corner of his eye to that corner of the ring. Was she plotting? Is she involving herself? So she doesn't have to lift a finger to be a distraction in this match.
She's smiling. A while ago, she was even laughing. You couldn't see that off camera, but she was just laughing at Sam Houston. Houston, cross body block. Count of one, count of two. Almost a count of three. Bull Payne quickly back. Knee lift. And so far, Samantha, with her initial presence, 1, 2. Sam Houston almost got a 3 count. Samantha, with her initial presence, set the tone. And now Samantha's a little bit worried. And that's when you worry about Samantha most.
That's a good point, Craig. When Samantha is seeing her man on top of things, she's happy, laughing even. But now that Sam Houston has 3 successive 2 counts on Bull Payne, she may find it necessary to interject herself into this match.
Bull Payne takes Sam Houston out to the outside. Delivers a blow to the midsection. Bull Payne measuring the man from Bear Creek. Ouch! Steel ring post. That gives Sam Houston the opportunity here. Sam Houston delivers a right, followed up by another right. But Bull Payne's right didn't have much effect. Goes to the forearm now.
And even that wasn't as effective as most Bull Payne forearms. Now there's a couple that have staggered Sam Houston, but Bull Payne's hand is hurting.
The fans were happy to see a rematch, and Sam Houston not having much luck, but all of a sudden Sam Houston coming back with a flurry. Third shot delivered back to the ropes for momentum. Comes off. Will Bull Payne go down? Not quite yet. Oh, clothesline. Delivered by Bull Payne.
Shades of Evander Holyfield and Bert Cooper. Bull Payne took the best Sam Houston had to offer and would not go down. It took a double clothesline before both men are counting the lights here.
Watch out for Samantha. She's sneaking around the ring. Going towards Sam Houston. Getting up on the ring apron. The fans are cheering. What's that? That's Baby Doll! That's Baby Doll! Sam, get away from Sam Houston! Baby Doll staring down! Watch out, Bull Payne sneaking up from behind. Baby Doll. The roll up. I know that Miss Samantha claimed to be a distraction, but apparently you had the best distraction of them all.
You know, no kidding. Let me tell you people something. I love Dallas. The Sportatorium is my home, and I'm glad to be here in the Global Wrestling Federation. Now, everybody here knows Bull Payne and Samantha have been a thorn in my side. Let me tell you something. I got something up my sleeve a hell of a lot better than Bull Payne's got up his in Baby Doll. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Baby Doll, and I'm back in the saddle again.
Samantha, you went and you stuck your nose where it didn't belong. Sam tried to warn you not to mess with him, and you kept on and you kept on. Well, it's going to take a little Texas female here to show you what it's all about. Woo! Because you mess in my business, you mess with something that you just can't handle, baby, and I think you found that out tonight.
This is a real woman.
Oh, 7 days without intelligent wrestling commentary. Whew, makes 1 week. Well, get ready, America, because next week, your time is up. Because next week, friends, the truth will set you free, you Nimrods.
What's the matter? This thing has just got you worked up.
It's been going on for a month now that we've seen Stephen DeTruth. Something's got to be done. We can't stop him. We've tried that. That won't work. The only way to do anything about it is to counteract it. I'm going to have to go in there and just rebut everything he says. Kind of just like start off. I'll just move for move, argument for argument. I'll rebut it.
You have a job to do here, though.
I realize that. But, man, somebody's got to do something about this guy. He's going to undercut everything we've worked for in the Global Wrestling Federation, Craig.
Well, DeTruth, well, whatever.
He's got to do something.
Speaking of a man who may not know what DeTruth is, Barry Horowitz.
Oh.
Recently, an interview with Barry Horowitz. I don't know what's going through this man's mind. Back on Major League Wrestling here with Barry Horowitz.
The winner. Show the tape.
You did win last week. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I don't forget about the congratulations. Forget about everything. Forget about the fans. Just show it. Just show the tape of the winner. Me winning my match.
Well, let's take a look. Last week, Barry Horowitz winning a match.
That's right.
A back bulldog. A cover. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Horowitz gets the win. Okay, Barry, we've seen the tape now. We saw the fact that you did indeed win last week. How's it feel?
I feel fantastic. You know, being a winner now, winning my match.
You won one match.
Hey, in a record book, it doesn't say one match. It doesn't say this, that. It says Barry, the winner, Horowitz, won his match. And it's changed my life. Look at me. I've got, my clothing has changed. I've got winning hair, winning body, winning everything. I've went out and bought a new car. I'm the winner now.
So you want to be known as the winner?
The winner. Winning has changed my life. I want to take a special thank you to all my fans out there, the little winners out there, for looking up to the winner. But most of all, I want to thank the losers, because without a loser, you don't have the winner, and that's me right here. And I think this whole conversation deserves one thing, a big pat on the back.
Gorgeous Gary Young saying hi to all the fans around ringside. Scott Anthony, the Palm Beach headache heartthrob is going.
It's good to be here. Just I hate looking at Gary Young hugging kiss fat ugly women.
Well, he's getting ready to go against Barry Horowitz.
May I add that Barry Horowitz was trained by his legendary father.
Hold on a second.
The Crusher / Stretcher Horowitz Sr.
Well, thank you for that biographical information, Mr.
Boy, you guys call yourselves journalists, and you don't even know the smallest tidbits of facts. I have to throw them out here to all Homeboy Johnson and Hudson Hummingbird.
All I know is we've got Barry Horowitz, Stephen DeTruth, and Scott Anthony in the same segment. What a nightmare.
Hey, Hudson, let me ask you a question. I heard you were rejected by the Hair Club for Men. They said they don't do miracles.
Oh, this is going to start this again.
Well, Barry Horowitz very confident.
The winner, Barry Horowitz, thank you.
He's won one match, Scott.
Well, you're buying into that pretty quick, Scott.
How many matches have you won, Johnson?
I've never been in the ring.
Exactly. I rest my case, counselor.
Good. Rest in peace.
Well, he claims to be the winner.
Trey Whitty, sir.
Barry Horowitz, a lot of fans in the GWF calling him Wiener.
Oh, did you see that? Right on the chin, man. Barry Horowitz, he's like a man repossessed.
Boy, you're into recycling, apparently, Scott. That's about the 12th time we've heard that line.
Yeah, we haven't heard it in a couple weeks, though. I figured I'd bring it back out because these idiots watching us, hey, forget all that good stuff.
Speaking of bringing things back up, it seems that the winner, Barry Horowitz, keeps wanting us to show his win over and over and over. Why? It's just a win.
I'm not asking for it. I can promise you that.
Who'd he beat?
Terry Daniels.
A very tough competitor. He's won many, many matches here. Well, actually, he hasn't won any. But that's beside the point.
Well, a test of strength here. Hey, nice move by Barry Horowitz.
Something to be said if Barry Horowitz, the winner, Barry Horowitz, could get a victory here over Gary Young.
If Barry Horowitz wins again, will you concede that he is, in fact, the winner?
Well, he was introduced as the winner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he wins again tonight, is that proof enough for you, Johnson?
Well, if he wins tonight, he'll definitely have a notch in his column, in the win column.
Well, will you call him the winner then, as he so kindly asked you to do? Timeout. He asked for a timeout.
There are no timeouts, Scott. You know that.
You know, I knew there was something fishy last time I had a match, and I went to do that, and the match didn't start. Whatever.
Now Barry Horowitz, the winner, and not the greatest of moments here.
He was called the winner before the opening bell. How can you get away with that?
I don't know how you can be a winner before the match starts.
Hey, you were called bald at birth, and the hair hasn't grown on your head since then. So, maybe it's like precognition.
Maybe.
And reaches into.
And what do we have here?
He has a glove of some kind. Puts it on, and Young goes down. The glove in the knee pad. Count of one, count of two, count of...
Wait a minute.
Yes, a 3 count. The winner, Mr. Barry Horowitz.
Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by disqualification is Gary Young.
The winner lost.
I thought the winner won.
The winner lost.
Barry Horowitz lost. The winner of the match is the guy who ever wins. Don't you know anything, Johnson?
Well, I know a man who does know. Let's go to him here.
The light heavyweight championship. The challenger at 200 pounds from Los Angeles, California.
There he is. Tailor-made indeed.
Chaz, a buffoon of the first magnitude.
Wow.
This is a championship match, however.
And defending his current title as Global Wrestling Federation light heavyweight champion at 201 pounds from Tampa, Florida, the Lightning Kid.
Well, there you see the man currently known as the champion. He did not want to give Chaz this matchup, but the competition committee heard all the calls on the 900 hotline saying that we believe Chaz deserves another opportunity. And, well, the kid just back from Japan.
Oh, boy.
Got a little salt there, some ceremonial salt. He was telling me about it in the locker room. He's got the ceremonial salt, throws it in the corner for good luck, says a little prayer, a little stabada, and,
Oh, what?
oh, stabada. Shut up, Baldy Locks. How are the Three Bears anyway? Up here with Hudson Hummingbird, better known to you fans at home as Baldy Locks, and my other comrade, Mr. Homeboy Johnson, master of the 4 eyes.
This guy's not Japanese. What you doing? What's this salt deal?
I just told you. I'm gonna tell you again, Hudson.
I don't want to hear it again.
Never mind then.
Well, the Lightning Kid stowing the ceremonial salt away, but Chaz Chaz is ready to go on this one.
Throwing a ceremonial assault and unceremoniously attacked by Chaz, a known cheater, along with his redneck father tugboat.
Well, Chaz wanted the opportunity for that championship in the splash in the corner. He wanted the opportunity for the shot. The kid didn't want to give it to him. Look at Chaz. He caught himself off the top rope.
Incredible. One, two.
Almost the count of 3.
All right. Hey, wait, that sucked. Once ref was cheating. Yeah, that's it. He was cheating.
Chaz up to the top, misses with the elbow.
Good. He got off to a lucky start anyway. He really wasn't doing very well.
Chaz is still nursing the knee that was injured at the hands of the Lightning Kid and the Dirty Davis brothers.
He's always nursing something, usually a bottle of that sissy pie, that milk toast.
Oh, the Lightning Kid goes down as Chaz was regaining his balance on the top rope. Chaz going to the top. Oh, my! Off the top rope.
A Frankensteiner from the top rope.
Count of 2. What a move by the youngster from L.A. Chaz going to work on the champion.
You don't see too many people attempt that move. The Frankensteiner from the top rope. I think Jushin Liger in Japan tries it, and now we've seen Chaz do it against the Lightning Kid.
I've done it before.
The Lightning Kid catches Chaz. There's the cloud burst, but only a count of 2 as Chaz is able to kick out.
This is a heck of a match. Is this the main event?
Just one of the main events. The Tag Team Championship is our main event. Steve Simpson and his mystery partner against the Coast to Coast Connection.
Wait, why are we giving these people at home like all these good action here? Let's give them a bunch of cheapo stuff and some commercials.
Watch out, Chaz goes out and his knee is caught up in the top rope.
Cool.
The knee brace has been caught up there.
All right.
There's nowhere for him to go, but now, as the Lightning Kid
helps him down. He helps him down. That's what a sportsman the Lightning Kid is.
Watch out for the Lightning Kid. He goes to the outside, going to the top rope. Watch out! Down! Right on top of Chaz.
Wow.
The Lightning Kid has absolutely no regard for life, limb, or his own body. That's why I respect him. That's why he's such a nice young fellow.
Bowing to the audience. Fans, let's take a break. Don't go away. We'll be back with more. We welcome you back. The Light Heavyweight Championship match continues.
What you people missed while we went to a commercial was the Lightning Kid pinned Chaz, except the referee was out of position and didn't see it.
They didn't miss any of the action.
Right there.
Sure they did. They missed tons of action. That's what they get for not showing up at the arena live and in person. And then they go meet Scott Anthony.
I'm sure that'll bring him in by the truckload.
Yeah, well, the only people to come to you are your friends from Detox.
Lightning Kid over the top, but not good enough for a count of 3.
A Northern Light suplex that we don't see on these shores too much, but a very popular move in Japan. The Lightning Kid really showing that Japanese style in here against Chaz.
The Chaz backslide, count of 1, count it. Hey, the Lightning Kid got out of that situation.
Man, these guys are going. Crucifix again.
Oh! Delivers a slam down using the crucifix to his own offense. The Lightning Kid.
Chaz went to the well one too many times.
Knee to the forehead of the youngster.
You know, that kid, he looks exactly like a can of Jolt Cola. And I tell you, he's got all the energy of a whole 6-pack of that stuff.
Now going after the knee. That knee brace providing protection, but it's kind of hard to provide protection there.
The knee injured by the Dirty Davis brothers paid off by my boy, Lightning Kid. Gave him some money. Them Davis brothers do anything for cash. For a huge cash sum.
As a matter of fact, Chaz says he's pretty much recovered from that knee injury, but is wearing the brace for protection.
Spinning toe hold. Looking for some guy. Oh, looking for the figure 4.
Tries to get him in the figure 4.
And does. You know what, though? I don't think he's really recovered.
Hey, he says he's shaking it off. He says it's not having any effect. The knee brace is preventing the figure 4 from being fully implemented there.
Well, that's bogus.
He's turning it over. Watch this.
You know what? I got to disagree. I don't think Chaz is fully recovered. I think he just figures if he gets hurt, his old man will run in and save him. Wait, he's reversed it!
He reversed This is it. And now all the pain going through the legs and the knees of the Lightning Kid. But the Lightning Kid is able to reach the rope.
Them long, lanky arms reach down and grab a handful of ropes. Good move, kid. Good move. Come on, kid. Come on, kid. Get on the stick there.
May have saved the Lightning Kid there as he got the ropes to break the figure four of Chaz, or the reversal of the figure four by Chaz.
Uh-oh. He's got the leg now. Here we go. That's my boy, the kid, just like I showed him. Just like I showed him. Do it, kid. That's my boy. I love the kid. He's my hero.
Well, the figure four may not have had much of an effect, but that atomic drop to the knee did. Reversal by Chaz. And the kick. Oh, he misses. And the referee, the victim of the kick by the Lightning Kid.
James Beard is no wrestler. What?
Right into the eyes.
That ceremonial salt.
Right into the eyes. Chaz has been blinded by the salt.
Oh, and a boot to the head. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
Let's get the official word. Wait a minute. That's Jerry Lynn. As Chaz has been blinded, Jerry Lynn has come in and has shown James Beard the salt. James Beard has declared Chaz the winner.
But he doesn't get the belt. He does not get the belt because they'll disqualify the Lightning Kid, and on a disqualification, the champion keeps the belt.
From behind, the Lightning Kid attacking Jerry Lynn.
So that's what he deserves, Johnson. He should have minded his own business.
He has never given Jerry Lynn a match for the title since winning it in the tournament. Jerry Lynn missing the kick. Sleeper hold.
Oh, no.
He's locked in a sleeper. The Lightning Kid is going out.
Come on, kid, fight it.
The Lightning Kid is going out.
Fight it, kid.
Jerry Lynn is cinched in that sleeper, and there's nowhere for the kid to go. He is going out.
Come on, kid.
The Lightning Kid.
That's it. He's down.
He is out. Jerry Lynn uses the sleeper
Wait
to
a
put
minute.
him out.
Here come up.
The Dirty Davis brothers standing by us.
Jerry Lynn with the belt. Yeah.
Well, there you see.
And run off. What a coward. He ran away when he saw the Tough Davis brothers coming. Attacked the kid from behind.
Fans will be back with more. Let's go to Bonnie Blackstone.
Who?
Here on Major League Wrestling, we're talking to some of our wrestling fans. This is Daryl and this is Tom. And one thing that is on the tips of tongues of wrestling fans all over the dome is the fact that Max Andrews was willing to take the rap, if you will, in order to find out exactly who was funding and who was behind the cartel. To tell you a little bit more about what the fans think, let me turn the floor over to Daryl.
Well, Bonnie, we were really amazed in the first place to hear that Max Andrews could have been the boss in the first place. And it was really a relief after all that he's done over the years for wrestling to find out that he really was doing what he did for the good of the GWF and not to take the GWF down.
It's nice to see him back in the capacity of a commissioner, and a lot of thanks goes out to Mr. Vias as well. Calling themselves the tag team champions here in the Global Wrestling Federation, I don't know whether that is by your own acclaim or by a lot of what the fans would like to believe these days, especially under very controversial circumstances. Steve Simpson, however, is not going to take the matter lying down. He has gone out and found a mystery partner, which you'll have
the word mystery. What is a mystery?
I believe the mystery is to you, Mr. Akbar.
If you've got intestinal fortitude, you bring whomever you got. You don't make a mystery about it, Bonnie. Now, Steve Simpson's crying to Global. Well, I can tell you right now, Simpson, you bring whomever you want because the championship is a coast-to-coast connection, and don't you ever forget. Am I right, Hollywood? Am I right, fellas?
Hey, do I look scared, Simpson? Do I look scared, Bonnie? When you do 6,000 sit-ups a day, and when you run 20 miles a day, and when you swim over 1,000 laps a day, and when you look like this and like this and like this, you are scared of no one. I don't care who you bring, where it is, you're not ever getting these back. No.
Coming to the ring by Stand-On Akbar. They are the coast-to-coast connection and a total weight of 497 pounds. Introducing Hollywood
contract for the GWF Tag Team titles against Steve Simpson and a mystery partner, and quite frankly, I just don't know who it is. I've been told that Ron Ames has been given the name. We'll find out.
For this tag team event, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, introducing Steve Simpson and John Hudson.
I knew I recognized him as he came down the aisleway. Steve Simpson and Scott Putski. Putski, the son of the famous Polish swimmer Ivan Putski.
Ivan Putski, a legendary competitor in the world of professional wrestling. And his son is likewise a great athlete. Also named at Texas Christian University as a running back.
Oh, number 9 in the purple and white.
And is a very fine professional wrestler, and what a great partner for Steve Simpson as he is attempting to get back what was rightfully his to begin with. That's the Global Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles.
Well, I've just been handed the tail of the tape information. Scott Putski and Steve Simpson at a combined weight of 460 pounds, going against Hollywood John Tatum and Rod Price, weighing in at 265 and 260, respectively. Talk about years in the business. Scott Putski, no newcomer, 6 years as a pro, going against Hollywood John Tatum, a veteran of 11 years. And that's the tail of the tape.
John Tatum fancies himself as some sort of super athlete with his 52nd degree black belt and all that. Take a look at Scott Putski. There is what a real super athlete is supposed to look like, which is nothing like John Tatum.
Putski with a leapfrog again, and a shoulder block. Sends down Hollywood John Tatum. And watch out, John Tatum almost fell out of the ring in a very bad way.
You can see by the look on the face of Hollywood John Tatum that he was not ready for someone the caliber of Ivan Putski. And his son Scott, as you look at Tatum, Tatum is really out of it. It's not often we see John Tatum take this long outside the ring, the crying jag and all that we've seen, but he really is taken aback by Scott Putski, the son of Ivan, the Polish Hammer.
And as a matter of fact, the war cry of Ivan Putski, as well as Scott, the Polish Power.
Oh, yeah.
Putski from Krakow, Poland. Came to the United States, picked up the sport of football very well. As you mentioned, excellent performer for the Horned Frogs of TCU in the Southwest Conference. Tag into a man who knows a little bit about football and wrestling. The California stud, former member of the San Diego Chargers and the LA Raiders, the best in the NFL. Says, bring it on.
Oh, ho, ho. What's good for the goose, etc., etc.
Collar and elbow, side headlock, clamped on by Scott Putski. Down to the mat goes Rugged Rod Price. Putski at a 10-pound weight disadvantage in this one-on-one matchup. Putski in at 250, Price at 260, and, well, consolation there. Oh, my! Scott Putski, arm drag. Climbing up, pull of the tights is Rugged Rod Price of California.
A true sign of dedication to the art of bodybuilding or powerlifting is to work on the legs, to work on the upper body to get that great definition, that great look, quote unquote. Takes a lot of work, and a lot of bodybuilders will sacrifice their legs. The legs of Scott Putski are like tree trunks. No wonder he was such a great running back at TCU. When he gets ahead of steam up, there's no stopping him in there. And I think he complements the speed and aerial tactics of Steve Simpson very, very well.
As a matter of fact, fans very excited about this tag team matchup. Bonnie Blackstone standing by. Bonnie?
I got Dee Dee with me up here in the stands. Dee Dee, what do you think about this tag team title thing going on?
Well, the Coast to Coast Connections stole those titles.
Well, Akbar is usually right in the middle of things, but he's yet to rear his ugly tactics.
Watch it.
I had to be careful there. I wanted to stay on the air. Suplex delivered by Steve Simpson. Tag in.
Well, Akbar is probably formulating a plan of action here, some strategy to counteract Scott Putski, and doesn't have time for his usual shenanigans out there. He didn't know who the partner of Steve Simpson would be, so he's having to plan a strategy out there with Sweet Daddy Falcone at ringside, or Tatum and Price.
Whoa. What a power slam! John Keaton almost with a count of 3 there. And now the tag in. Hollywood John Tatum delivering the blow to the back.
Match for the titles of the Coast to Coast Connection is Scott Putski and Steve Simpson on to dethrone the current champions, that man, Rod Price, and that man, John Tatum.
Double team by the Coast to Coast Connection. And it took 2 of them to take the man from Krakow down to the mat. Count of 1, count of 2, and powering out, Scott Putski. Rugged Rod picks him up, puts him down, momentum off the rope, elbow misses. Scott out of the way there.
2 of the very few wrestlers who wrestle with ponytails in there just a second ago, Putski and Price.
And the tag into Steve Simpson, he's very upset. Tatum goes after Putski in the ring. Double teaming going on, but Steve Simpson handling it very well. Simpson getting rid of Price. And now, while Putski gets Akbar out of the way, a meeting of the minds in the connection. Putski has Akbar. Steve Simpson could have a count of 3, but the referee's down trying to separate this situation.
Oh, once again, it's a count of 8. Oh, and
Sweet Daddy Falcone into the ring. Sweet Daddy Falcone into the ring. Falcone shows the referee. Oh, no. Let's get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match and still GWF Tag Team Champions, the Coast to Coast Connection.
And let's take a look how they did it. You see Sweet Daddy Falcone coming in, and right there, giving the opportunity for the Coast to Coast Connection to retain the Global Tag Team Championships. And we'll be back with more. Craig Johnson along with Scott Hudson. What an exciting tag team match that was, but the Coast to Coast Connection with the win.
They keep the titles.
That's a good name, the win. The winner. That's who you're talking to.
You didn't win today. You lost.
You got to... I lost. Did you see
You were
me?
disqualified.
Wait a minute. No, disqualified my foot. Did you see my hands down? 1, 2, 3. The referee.
No,
I won the match.
You got a 2 count.
No. 3 count. I won the match. I'm the winner. I'll remain the winner. I win all my matches. I am the winner. I'm the best wrestler alive, and I'm the winner. Winner. I want everybody, you, me, winner. Remember, the big W, winner. I'm the winner always. Show the match. Show that match.
And now forearm to the side of the head. Irish whip into the corner. A pat on the back, but Daniels out of the way. Full steam ahead for Horowitz. Full steam down. No. Count of 2. Horowitz escapes that one.
Well, give Horowitz credit for kicking out at 2. I thought for sure that was going to be a Duke for Terry Daniels.
Terry Daniels delivers a right that sends Horowitz down to the mat. Daniels right to the jaw. And now Irish whip sends him in. Daniels can't quite get the momentum there. A back bulldog. A cover. 1, 2, 3. How about that? Horowitz gets the win. Horowitz won. That wasn't even a match. What are you talking about? I won. Thank you.
That was from weeks ago.
I think the man's delirious.
Oh, sir, I think so, too. I think that's a great way to put it.
Well, a lot of exciting action on this edition of Major League Wrestling. And next week, we will start showing you some of the big things that have happened during the year of 1991 as we get the year of 92. What promises to be a great year here in the GWF underway. For Joe Pedicino, Bonnie Blackstone, along with Scott Hudson, I'm Craig Johnson. We'll see you next week right here in the GWF.